Oh man, guys, I've really done it this time. Oh, it's time for Roseville story time, and I'm in so much trouble. I remember those foxes that I told you about from a couple weeks ago. Well, they've gotten out of their cages, and they're really not happy with me. They've been hunting me and stalking me every time I leave the house. Did you know that foxes can hunt? I didn't. They keep diving at my ankles. One of them tried to bite my leg the other day. I don't know what to do. So I'm trying to see if I can get them to go into the deepest part of the forest. And then I'll see if I can get them to stay back here, and then maybe I'll be safe. Oh, I thought I just heard something. Oh. Anyway, it all reminds me of a story in the Bible about King Hezekiah. King Hezekiah. He was a really, really good king, actually. The Bible describes he was one of the kings of Judah, and the Bible describes him as one of the best kings that they ever had. He did a lot to get rid of idolatry in the country, and he did a lot. He was faithful to God. He was committed to God, and God got him all out of all sorts of situations. Like this one time, this king called Sennacherib from Assyria. Thought I saw something orange over there. Did you see something orange behind me? Okay. Anyway, he came and tried to attack. He wanted to attack Judah, attack Hezekiah, and he had all these nasty things that he said about God, that God wasn't real, that God was weak, that he had beaten all sorts of other gods before, and he was going to beat the God of Judah. You know what Hezekiah did? He humbled himself before God, and he talked to God about it, and he said, God, please help, because we can't beat Sennacherib and the Assyrians. And God sent a prophet in reply to tell Hezekiah that, don't worry, I'm going to take care of Sennacherib. And sure enough, God took care of Sennacherib. It was awesome. It was so good. God got rid of Sennacherib. Judah and Hezekiah didn't need to fear him anymore. There was another time that God... Oh, I heard something crunching over there. Oh, okay, nothing, okay. Anyway, there was another time that Hezekiah got really, really sick. So sick. And he actually heard a prophet came to him and said, you're going to die. You're not going to make it. Get your affairs in order. Get things ready for the next king. And Hezekiah instead humbled himself before God and talked to God about it and said, God, help me, please don't let this be the end. And sure enough, God not only healed him, but gave him this incredible sign. He made the shadow at the temple go back, leave, become smaller. But shadows don't really do that. He did something, they grow until the end of the day, right? It was incredible. It was awesome. But there was another time when this king, this prince from a country called Babylon showed up. And this king, this prince, thought that he was something else. He thought he was cool and important. He was trying to make himself look like a god. He even called himself Marduk, which was a god, which was one of their gods' names. And he showed up and he was being all big and impressive. Heard something over there. Big and impressive, and Hezekiah tried to respond in kind. He was trying to show off to Marduk too, and showing him how rich and expensive everything was, and how much money he had, and he was showboating. It wasn't good. This is not a great moment in Hezekiah's life. And because of all that, well, Babylon was actually trying to figure out if Judah was worth capturing and attacking. And God sent another messenger to Hezekiah, another prophet, and said, look, Hezekiah, you've actually sinned here. And Babylon is going to be the people that God uses to punish Judah. But don't worry, because of your faithfulness and your love and your loyalty, it's not going to happen in your generation. It's going to happen later. It's going to happen much later. You know what Hezekiah said to that? He said something pretty crazy. He said, that is good. Now maybe he said that is good because he knew he wasn't going to be around, but maybe, what if he said that is good because he was willing, he was humble enough to actually accept what God has said? Because Judah getting conquered would have meant an end to Hezekiah's dynasty. And that's what a king lived for. And Hezekiah still accepted it. He was humble and he was faithful to God. And he was God's friend. He befriended God. That's what we have to learn from Hezekiah. When we are humble before God, when we are faithful to Him, when we seek to befriend Him and become His friend, just like Hezekiah, God will get us all out of all sorts of predicaments, including being hunted by foxes. And what's more, God will extend mercy. Because He loves us. God wants to give us mercy. And that's what the story of Hezekiah shows us, is a God who extends mercy in all sorts of situations. Because we had the story of a king who was humble and faithful and committed to friendship with God. I'm going to spend some time praying and seeing if I can get these foxes off me. I think I heard something over there again. But you can read, while I'm doing that, you could read the story of Hezekiah for yourself in 2 Kings chapters 18 to 20. That's all for Roseville Story Time. Bye!